The Pentagon is pushing AI adoption in the military, but they're expecting companies to pay for the development and train that AI themselves. According to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, tech and defense firms, including Google, AWS, Meta, Palantir, and OpenAI, are going to have to provide these contracts to the Department of Defense, but the basic training needs need to be done by the companies themselves. The focus, of course, is on fast acquisition using commercial technologies and deploying AI in things like drones, autonomous vessels, and other systems. The companies are supporting the effort, but experts are warning that they're going to have to balance speed with quality and, of course, shareholder expectations. Stephen, do you think that the Defense Department is on the right track here, making the companies do all that training themselves, or should the Defense Department pony up if they expect the models to be trained?
Well, I think that this is a little scary to think about. You don't necessarily want ChatGPT deciding whether to shoot you or not, or at least I wouldn't want that. But on the flip side, I think that this is more about trying to figure out how we can leverage commercial technologies, as you said, for military applications, and less about giving Claude a gun. That being said, this is fairly typical for government to work with the private sector in various different ways. Typically, when the government has a job that needs to be done that's specialized, that the private sector can't have anticipated, they do support that in many ways, including paying for development, or building it on a cost-plus basis so that the private sector can meet the needs of the military that are usually dramatically different than civilians. I think that ultimately what we're going to see here is applications of AI technology that are very similar to what you would find in the civilian space. This is not going to necessarily be using a chatbot to do some things that you would it would not be prepared for. But that being said, there are a lot of companies out there that are actively working on developing military applications. We've of course talked about the big guys, Anthropic and AWS and Google Cloud, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle. Palantir is one company that has put in a lot of their own development resources to support the needs of government and the military. And of course, there are others. Specialized companies that are developing drone technologies. I was talking to somebody who works with one of them in Ukraine recently, and they are doing just remarkable things with AI and drones. Terrifying, but remarkable things with the drones in Ukraine using AI technology. And I imagine that that's pretty attractive to the U.S. government as well. So really, I think that what this means is the U.S. wants to be able to leverage AI as quickly as possible in as many places as possible. And hopefully they will approach it in a way that is at least technically going to result in a usable and not Skynet type product.